Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to Build Over Debate. I am your host, Rumbling Thunder. This is 25 to Lifestyle, Sentence to Thrive, a documentary miniseries and social experiment to allow melanated men a space to articulate themselves on how they view themselves as a success. Tonight's topic of discussion is Build Over Debate. Drizzle Drizzle, my light won't fizzle. Build Over Debate is a segment that we frequent on Instagram. So welcome, Dami J. Welcome to the live. We're over on YouTube and streaming on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, to be included. I'm here with my co-pilot, the Skunkinator. What's good, bro?
You know the vibes. I mean, it's clear because it's amazing. But the Skunkinator, the non-player hater, the show love excavator, the active listen orator. You did.
A orator. So I want to just briefly play the intro and let the people know a little bit more about the project. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is 25 to Lifestyle, Sentence to Thrive, Build Over Debate. Welcome to the Instagram family, Hustler and Muscular. What's good? Today is just a freestyle, really. Nothing in particular that we're going to talk about. There was a video that I wanted to show Skunk, but it was a bit too big. But we can talk about it. We can talk about it, though. There was a post that I seen on Instagram, and it was about a homeless man making a post that he didn't have a place to stay, and because of how he looked, he got more than 1,000 women to offer him a place to stay.
I've seen that too, bro.
Yeah.
Let me know whenever you want my take on it.
Go ahead. I left it open for you. Bro. Through the oop.
All right, look. First things first, and two things second. Let's stop trying to hate on somebody that got it like that. Especially women, our melanated sisters. They be the first ones to try to sabotage, want to throw the shade, throw the hate. You just mad because you wasn't one of them 1,000 women that offered. Hey, if you got it, you got it. Why you mad at him? And why you mad at them? Why you mad at them women for offering? Obviously, they like what they see. So why we over here trying to throw salt on his game because of his living situation? We worry about all this other. We worry about all this loser mentality, poor people thoughts, and it's just so stupid. If you gonna ask my opinion, it's dumb. People, we got so much other stuff to worry about, and these people worried about why a man got it like that. You mad? You mad? You be the same woman, they ain't got nobody even looking at them. Oh, yeah, I ain't dealing with no bro. Do that, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Shut up. Y'all be putting all this energy into hating. Get some money. You already got money and still hating. Girl, make your mind up. Is you that miserable still? But you that miserable still. Y'all worried about what somebody else doing, ain't got nothing to do with none of the bills you got to pay, none of the children you got to take care of, none of the jobs you got to go to be here at on time. But you over here worrying about a dude that got it like that. He's attractive, obviously, to them. So if they want to offer, why are you worried about why another woman is trying to help another man out? Why are you worried about it? Giving all your energy in something that don't even serve you. What are we talking about? Help a skunk out. My skunk tail up because it's really ready to spray some shit. And y'all just really over here, just really over here whacked out because a dude got it like that. It's in him, obviously. And y'all mad because 1,000 women want to help him out. Well, let the 1,000 women help him out. The fuck? What they got to do with what you got going on your end? That broke people mentality. It ain't about no money. It's a broke spirited atmosphere. You're really trying to bring another man down because obviously 1,000 of them want to bring him up. This is insane.
Well, I thought that you might have a spirited response to that. Dinero Tiempo is in the building. We're gonna bring bro up to the stage too and see what his thoughts are.
What?
What's up? How y'all doing in the building?
Peace to the God.
How everybody doing today? Peace to God.
Chilling, bro. How you doing today? You want to tell us how you doing? Give an introduction to the people.
Well, I'm doing all right, man. Just living life, learning every day, taking things step by step, building every brick that I can and putting it where it need to go. Make sure I understand where the pieces go, how to build the structure, what structure I want to build to go where I want to go and where I need to get there. Where I need to get there. I go by Dinero, the Tiempo. You know, it ain't too much to talk about. I do a little bit of everything. You know, I'm just here to have good conversation. I want to see what we building on and see how I can add some to the pot and see if we can make it a strong structure.
I appreciate your presence, bro.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, he definitely, respectfully, we're gonna have to work on a more appropriate introduction that outlines all of your talents and skill sets.
For sure.
Man is a
I'm in Atlanta too, Brody.
A prolific artist.
100. We're gonna have to tap in for sure then.
Yeah, for sure. If you do music, tap in with me.
We got a studio at the crib. My roommate got a studio at the crib. I'm more so into the dance side of things, but they do the production, the engineering, all of that, video production, all of that. We get into everything.
Oh, that's hard, bro. I like that. That's vibes, fam.
For sure.
So did you catch the conversation where we were talking about the guy who made a post that he was homeless and had 1,000 women offer to help him because of how he looked?
I didn't. But like,
he froze up. Froze up.
I was just talking to my brother the other day. I said, when you down bad, the first thing that a real man's gonna have to help him is a woman. If he know his values and he know what he got going on. If you a real nigga and you down bad, it's gonna be a female that see that potential, that's gonna be willing to give you a little time to get your shit together. Whether or not you value that and do what you need to do with it, that's up to you.
You heard? You heard?
I mean, I can't argue with any of you guys' perspectives. I am Chapter 42. Welcome to the live. BU Raj, Sunkiss, TMD Infinite. What's good? Welcome to the Instagram portion of live. If you guys want to hop on over to YouTube, go to @25Thrive and hit that link in the bio. I'm typing it in the chat right now. Boom, there you go. If you guys want to be a part of the YouTube live session. Outside of that, the lady who was talking about the post gave a opposite viewpoint, and her perspective was, why are women supporting quote unquote bums when there's good men who already got their shit together that they could be supporting? And she was just talking about the number of women that it was, like 1,000 is over the top. So, this is where this brand is to really outline the experience of the melanated man. Instead of drizzle drizzle, I was gonna make this topic the sexual objectification of melanated men, but I thought that might be a little too serious. We can do that next time.
It's a little heavy.
But that's what's really going on. Like,
For sure.
We're sexually objectified in a way that the general public really isn't comfortable with talking about. But we walk into a room of individuals that's not us. They all snickering, talking about, I wonder how big it is. And this is a reality that, depending on the environment, some people make you aware of that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, depending on the environment, for sure.
And, this is where in society, because sex has been so commercialized, we're supposed to wear that as a badge of honor versus the disrespect that it actually is. Because, on the opposite foot, if we were at a diner and a woman walked in and we all start snickering, talking about how big her titties were, we would absolutely be wrong. She would probably record us and get us canceled.
You're sexually harassing me.
So, I'm just giving alternative perspectives and just to promote abstract thought. Neither here nor there.
I feel like when I think, just off the end portion of that, it made me think about the whole conversation that people have about folks that do gym content and then complain about people watching them in the gym doing their content or what based off what they're wearing or whatever. And it's just conversational. Like, all right, so how old are we really? And what level of conversation? I feel like there's definitely a level of empathy that I have for it, but I'm a very nonchalant person.
Me too.
I feel like you got to be a certain level of grown. I can't joke and play with people that think like that. And I like to joke and play. I like to enjoy life.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And so with me, it's a lot of things that I'm not really going to entertain at a certain level because I feel like it's just petty. It's semantics, because everybody's going to feel differently about it. And we're not going to, there's no way you're going to get a room full of people that's going to have the same opinion on that conversation.
That part.
You're not. It doesn't exist. So that's why I tell people common sense ain't as common as we act like it is.
Man.
Not even remotely.
And so that's where I'm gonna lead out with. Like, it's just there's never gonna be an agreement on certain conversations. And if we can begin to move past those conversations that we can all agree, we just not gonna get to the same place on. It's a lot of conversations that we can have that kind of come from that, and that's kind of what social media has gotten us wrapped up in, is these conversations that are cycles. They kind of all point to the same thing, that we don't get along and we have different opinions. Okay, we're different, but we have commonalities. How do we figure out how to make this balance something that's synergistic and causes growth instead of, rot or decay?
Yeah, just focusing on those commonalities versus scrutinizing the difference.
For sure.
Well, we live in a society where people don't know how to mind their business. People personalize other people's business. That's a you problem. You need to fix that. Stop personalizing somebody else's experience. It's not yours. So why do you even subscribe yourself to that? Help me out.
I feel like people got too much time.
Yeah. They bored with themselves.
You're talking about 1,000 women that's not you. What? This is a futile argument you're making. You really took your time out your day to put that post up. That scream, I'm miserable. Nobody loves me.
Man, that's the conversation you have with the group of people that find a need to overly press the negativity of like the sexy red issue. Yes, that is not the most positive brand, but at the end of the day, she getting her money. It's kind of a fun brand. Definitely negative, and I'm gonna say that. I know that this is very complicated conversation. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But at a certain level, we all know that the hood exists. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We all know that it's out there, and we all know the mentality that come with that. So to be so ashamed of something that we know exists as a part of our community, that we not necessarily working as hard as we maybe should be to fix, it's gonna be there.
I mean, that's a whole layered topic of
Yeah, it's
discussion.
definitely some layers in there.
When-
That's why I wanted to
Is
word
that
it the way
something
I
that
did.
can't be fixed?
I mean, and you know, that's that just in entertainment is this whole, you know, ecosystem where we could talk about
Man,
the deliberate mechanism to keep us at a lower state. But within the topic of this conversation, and this specific piece of content, it came across my feed because the algorithm wanted to trigger me. Either way, either whether I agreed with the sentiment or disagreed, it wanted me to be triggered. So I shared it. And I'm really indifferent. Like, it don't, just like you guys said, like, you know, I have a level of emotional intelligence to not be affected by things that are obviously meant to affect me. Like, you know, why would I do that? That's like going up to a stranger and being like, and then, you know, them punching you in the face or shooting you. Like a well-oriented person is gonna be like, yo, get out of here, crazy person. Like, they're gonna ignore you and keep walking.
That's what I did when that post came up. I just kept scrolling. Seriously,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. Oh, well, that's not serving me in my interest. Let's keep going. Like,
But
I just subscribe to that type of crud.
But that's why I wanted to bring it as a topic of discussion to enter this segment of Build Over Debate, because those are the type of things that fuel debates.
True.
And we need to be intentional with what we're investing our currency in, and our currency being time. And if we know that there are posts specifically designed to create divide, we have to, you know, really exercise discernment and separate ourselves from it, and do that by looking for content that is intentionally meant to build us up.
I think my biggest thing lately, the question's been, is it possible to truly teach discernment?
No.
I agree.
You can't, it gotta be in you, not on you. It really gotta be in you. Word.
It's learned through experience.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a learned skill. It's something that you have to experience a certain level of I won't even say just hardship, but a certain level of varied situations to have a good idea of how to react properly, or what may actually be going on, because your anxiety isn't kicking in, that fear mechanism isn't kicking in, that fight or flight isn't kicking in. So you're allowed to see clearly what's going on because you're not hindered by your thought process.
Facts. There's an analogy that I've been sharing that, you know, contextualizes what you're saying, and, you know, just circles back on the conversation. And that is, we are all different for a reason. And that difference is because collectively, we're all occupying different vantage points. And with each vantage point that we're occupying, we have a perspective. Now, I can share my perspective to you. And if we're all in a circle, like say there's 9 of us, right? And we're all in a circle, but our backs are to each other. If you're on the opposite side of me, you're not going to be able to see my perspective because I occupy a different vantage point as you. But it's still in the same environment. So if I'm looking at a cactus and I'm telling you and describing to you what a cactus is, you know, you would lack discernment to be like, man, ain't no such thing as a cactus, just because you haven't experienced it yet. This is where we have to trust one another and work in a group dynamics aspect to develop discernment on the environment that we've been placed in. Because at any given moment, that circle can shift and our vantage points can shift. And then you're gonna see, oh damn, there is a cactus here.
I think that all goes back into the collective consciousness and our awareness of it at a certain level.
That part. That's exactly what it is, bro. Collective consciousness with group dynamics.
Yeah, and I think that's the part that we're lacking, is that the part of I think the value of the tribe in human social structures was an idea of a tight-knit group of us that understood each other well enough to understand how other groups of humans would work, because you had a big enough variety in that group to cover every aspect of what might be, and for you to be comfortable with that. And so I think we've lost track of that because we've decided to move into smaller circles, for lack of a better term, of people that we actually know, and more false identities in the mix of that.
Well, a lot of us don't even know who we are. To start,
that's a big question. I ask people a lot of time, who are you? Most people can't answer it. Truly, who are you?
I'm a beacon of light. That's what I am.
All right, we're gonna get back to that. I'm gonna play a little quick short commercial break, and then we're gonna get to that. Hold on one second.
Commercial scheme.
Sentence to Thrive is brought to you by Commercial Universe Boutique. We live in a commercial universe, but the one thing that should never be for sale is your soul. We have a bunch of dope merch that you can own
to
reflect a positive mindset state as well as embody it. Gratitude is grace. Source code.
I love that.
Freestyle.
That's dope.
Even got some pretty dope travel bags. That's what you're into.
Hey, okay. Plaid gang.
Got this guy right here.
Psychedelic.
It's got the panther eating a watermelon on the inside pocket, which matches this design here.
RQ self.
It's another little bag here we got going on.
Crispy.
And then we got Skunk's new favorite design right here.
Man, that shirt is so hard. Yeah, I can't wait to get that. I'm telling you, that's a steamer. Steamerville, USA.
Appreciate it.
You know the vibe, tribe.
So we left off. You were saying most people can't answer the question of who are you?
Facts. I feel like we attached our. I mean, we you talk about the straw man or the ego or the Maya, whichever one you reference. There's an aspect of you attaching yourself to something that ain't really got too much to do with you.
Yeah, that's why. No, that's why I always say I'm everything at the same time. I'm nothing.
For sure.
I am. There's no degree of separation between me and source code. No degree of separation at all. And this avatar is not even me. My thoughts are not even me. I'm all spirit. I'm just a spirit having a human experience.
Yep, a neutral observer of sorts. You kind of just watching the show and understanding what your role is and how you can navigate based off of what you're observing.
Word, bro. Word.
That's well said. My statement that came to mind is I am that I am.
That part. That's attached to no ego, because ego needs identity. That's the only way ego can thrive is off identity. It has to identify itself with what? Something.
Facts.
That's why we're nothing. And if somebody tell me you're nobody, thank you. Everybody's nobody to somebody. Banger. Spectacles.
I think Spectacles. That sounds like an R&B song.
Hey, you was
everybody's somebody to nobody, baby.
Spectacles. Yeah. I'm weak.
For sure. But no, I think.
Go ahead, Ken. Yep.
I think that's just something that a lot of people, they over contemplate who they are and they over assign themselves to things that keep them from being fluid in the moments where they need to be able to pivot and they need to be able to make change. They've gotten so attached to who they believe themselves to be, this job, this car, this phone, whatever, the chain, whatever it is. that makes you, that you can't really step outside and really be you.
Facts.
That's deep,
right.
bro. I respect that, King. That's word.
That made me think of the last time we spoke, Skunk, and I told you that I had a teacher that used to tell me all the time, self-importance is a disease.
That's heavy.
That's really heavy, bro.
Even when you think about the stress that comes with feeling self-important.
Facts. Facts, bro. Very heavy. It's a burden. It becomes
heavy as the hair that wears the crown. It always has.
Heavy.
That part, bro. That part. That's why I'm big on serving people.
Why would you want that for yourself?
Well, we've been taught that the only thing that is valuable is who you are for real. Some people own like that whole idea of clout or your face card or whatever that is. People, like we talk about the state of men, when they like, men don't fight no more. Why? Because you too worried about your face card getting messed up. You get beat up outside.
I don't make mistakes when I decide on what design to wear.
Right.
That's a presence over presentation.
For sure.
That's real. I respect that, what he said, though. That's crazy because I say this all the time, and people be like, bro, who you think you are? I'm me. Thank you. I'll be like, bro, even if I never lost a fight, but even if I was losing a fight, I still won. They're like, why? Because I was able to live another day. Wake up. Sleepy. I was able to wait. I was able to still live. What you talking about?
We still here. We still kicking. We still doing what we got to do. We're going to get to it one way or another. But you know, there doesn't.
Go ahead.
Our lack of ability. I'm not? Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, who do you think I'm not? That's usually my response.
Banger.
My answer is always whoever I need to be. You feel me? Whatever I need to be to get it done. You feel me? That's what I'm going to be. And if I'm not there that yet, I'm going to figure out what it takes to get there. And I'm willing to do the work. And that's the difference, you know?
Say that. Say that, Dinero Tiempo. That's right, King. Talk them vibes, King. That's right, tribe. They don't like it. They don't like it when you put the spin to it and you make it your own and think for yourself. Because a person that follows the herd mentality can't stand somebody that beats to their own drum, that think their own thoughts and stand on those thoughts while growing. Oh, that's an enemy.
Misery loves company. Yep.
And because they haven't given themselves the power to do it, they feel as though it's their job to take that power from you because it was taken from them. And so also the oppressed becomes the oppressor. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. That's why they tell me humble yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. I'd be like, humble what? Humble where? Humble who? I'm like, man, I'll never be humble. Man, well, God is going to humble you. Like, why would I humble myself? Beat it, man. Look, man. Look, we on two different point of views. That's okay. We can agree to disagree, and we can just move on. Let them be right and move forward. You know what? You are right. And I'm going to just keep going this way, okay? So you can take that and your ego and go ahead and loathe over that real quick while I'm already on the next thing. You know, because I'm learning not to engage in situations, circumstances, and conversations that really just don't serve the greater good of what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just your power.
That part. Yeah. See, that's right, Dinero. You feel me? And that's why we can bounce off each other because what? Because we're here to have a conversation on building upon what we're speaking on. That's why we're having such great energy and having a delightment of hearing one another. It's not feeling like a class. It's more like synergy. We're just bouncing off our ideas. That's what it's supposed to be about. That is why I rock with Rumbling Thunder and this platform, Build Over Debate, because most of the time, most of the people that he do bring are most of the time in essence of building, not debating, because if you're debating, we're not really growing. We're just throwing around what we feel is right to us. And do that really get us anywhere? No.
I feel like a good debate helps you focus on truth.
Well, I mean, this is where
that perspective.
It does, but when it's properly done, and a proper debate is structured and timed,
facts,
and judged.
For sure.
mediate.
Exactly. Like, I don't think I agree with bro. I think I like,
Right, bro, I agree.
So there's a difference between debating and just arguing.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of that in this space. Yeah.
Or the word that learning that I'm introducing to Instagram is pontificate.
Yeah, pontificate, yeah. Fact. It's a lot of that on YouTube. You will see like a lot of you get people that's got names. They'll review somebody else's whatever that they put on their page, criticize them, then get them on their page to have an argument. And then how they be just being so negative, trying to shit on each other. It's toxic, bro. I just be like, bro, we ain't going. I'm like, this ain't healthy. This ain't healthy.
This dualistic reality still got people competing, and competition is the killer to all joy. And so that's why people don't realize they can't be happy because they always in competition with each other.
That's right, bro. I agree. So, go ahead. Yeah, Romulus.
I was just gonna say, if you wanted to expound more on what you meant about the dualistic reality.
Okay, so we look based off of what we call the 3D perspective. It's kind of rooted in a dualistic nature, meaning that it's asking you to pick one side or the other, the masculine, the feminine, the logical, the creative, the good, the bad. And so I literally made a post on Instagram earlier where I was talking about, I feel like humanity is still cursed by the tree of good and knowledge from the Bible. That entire concept of us being able to, or trying to decide the difference, or feeling that we have the right to decide the difference between good and evil, keeps us from being able to see clearly. And so that dualistic nature is what causes that loop of, am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Should I follow the crowd or should I follow myself? That entire debate itself, without that self-trust and that self-love and that self-evaluation, causes struggle. So what I think is the difference between the 3D and the 5D is the ability to differentiate those two kind of thought. You see what I'm saying? Am I arguing one side or the other? Or am I observing what's going on and able to digest it and discern that?
That part. The utilization of two-ness is duality. The utilization of oneness is the Christ consciousness. When we can move as an embodiment of one, we're not going to be putting our energy into those things because we're still trying to do an attempt to do what? Move as a body of one within oneness and being at one with ourselves, with that to be at one with others. Then we ain't gonna be worried about, like bro said, we ain't gonna be worried about good or bad. We're gonna look at that. Oh, that's just how it goes.
What's actually going on, the truth of the situation.
Exactly. How you have to have light and dark, yin and yang. They work in tandem. It's just polar opposites. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's perspective based off where you come from, how you were raised, and the influences that you were around coming up. Which differs person to person. But guess what? We can still learn something from each other. That's the beauty. That is the beauty of contrast. When appropriately used within a collective, contrast can be great because now you can see others as a mere reflection of yourself, where you can gain those aspects from other people that you don't have. That's where the oneness kicks in. You dig?
For sure.
I was going to say, well, and oneness is also understanding that contrast isn't just dualistic in nature. All three of us are providing contrast right now.
Yep,
we all
we're learning
three different perspectives. Where even you're thinking about the yin and the yang, it still is one symbol, which is what it represents. So that's the third party. And when you're talking about a 3D reality, people are tethered to the two-dimensional aspect of it by the way that by the way that they view things. And especially when that relationship is me and God versus the creator, the creation, and the wisdom that it took to make it.
That part.
Because with that understanding, then you are all parties at the same time and at some point. That's the oneness.
Which is really beautiful if you look at it. It's a beautiful thing. We just, because like bro said, we so interlocked in duality so much and picking that side. I think when you pick a side, you lose yourself. How about just say both sides have its purposes? You feel me?
I feel like there's an aspect. I feel like there's an aspect I call it circling the square. That's the way I kind of think about it. Like there's an aspect of you going around through all the aspect of yourself, which are just the other people around you, and seeing yourself in them, and having that ability to see your self in a different aspect or a different avatar, and being able to ground into that allows you to have this idea of like, oh wait, I can see why they've done that, so I'm not taking it so personal because I understand the environment that would allow someone to think that that was okay.
Yep.
You know,
Taking
I've
your
been in
lens
that
off.
headspace. I've been through that struggle. I've needed the money. I've been hungry. I've been in a situation where I had to make a fast decision. I did what was best for me, regardless of
That part.
what was going on. You have to have been there to understand that.
That part.
If you never been there, you just gonna think people crazy.
That part, Brody. That part. You said that eloquently well, Brody. No cap, man. No cap. And once you start doing that, that's when the compassion in you kick in. Because now you was able to take your glasses off and see it through their lens. That's
sure.
what Moore say, being 360 degrees in perspective. Being able to see it from all sides, other than your own. To find purpose in those perspectives and in those ways of looking at things. That's why life is a beautiful thing, bro. From your rise to the fall, from the fall to the rise. It's all essence in it. It's the journey. It's the journey that's the most important thing to worry about. Not when you fall or not when you rise.
And so I get into the aspect of like Saturn returns and astral journey. So like I turned 31 at the end of the month.
That's
so I just came through my Saturn return. And the process of me studying and understanding it, I realized that there were situations as a child I told myself that I would never be in, and I frowned upon, that I seen adults in, that I found myself in because I had too much ego and I was too judgmental about it. So I ended up having to experience it and being aware of that and how that cycle works and how you move through those things. You got to be accountable for the life and the things you go through and the thoughts that you have and the things that you say to people. A lot of times you wouldn't be in a situation you wouldn't in because you look down on somebody else or you put somebody else too high on a pedestal.
Yes, that's true.
Big facts, bro. You speaking of my former life. That's right, King. Talk that.
And that's the premise of this design. Gratitude is grace. Is gratitude is showing grace.
Yep.
And showing gratitude first to the Most High for your experiences and your vantage points, and then transmuting that into grace and showing others grace that haven't occupied those vantage points or are still on their journey, on their way to occupy those vantage points.
That's real.
And one of the pillars of this brand and the other brands that I represent is each one teach one.
The president wants you.
Nah, that's Brazil Seed calling me on the live, on Instagram live.
Oh, okay.
What's good, homie? What's good?
Yeah, that's dope.
But yeah, so showing grace to people, especially when you understand that they lack understanding, I can only speak from personal perspective. It's an ongoing learning process.
Yes.
And there's levels to it.
Because you'll be tested in new ways.
Yeah. Prime example, earlier today, right, y'all, I'm finishing up my bro project, right? And he kept having me go back into it. And then I bounced the whole thing down thinking it's done. And he had me do it again. I said, all right, bro, look. I was just opening conversation. This is how you break barriers of miscommunication, giving grace. So I was just like, yeah, bro, I just look next time. So now I'm learning from you. So look, bro, so next time on your next project, I won't do the final bounce until after you get your friends' perspectives and everybody's perspectives, until you give me the final analysis on what needs to be done. Then I'll bounce it down. The first thing he said, he was like, well, how can I? He's like, well, look, bro, I'll just teach me how to do it. So, it won't be a lot on you. I'm like, it's not even about being a lot. It's just, I like to do things a certain type of way. I'm not mad at you at all, fam. I'm just communicating with you. So you just know, you know what I'm saying? It's not even bad at all. And he like, yeah, because I know I don't want you to keep doing petty stuff. I'm like, it's not even about petty stuff, bro. I just want to do the job and get it out the way on like a one and done. And I'm learning, and I feel like I'm learning you. So I'm understanding, next time I just wait until you get your people's perspective, your final say, and then I'll bounce it. Came with a solution. See, he was thinking I was coming if I was irritated. I'm like, no, I'm not even irritated, bro. I'm just letting you know what would be more efficient for us just to knock these projects out, and I'll be a little more patient with you. I have no issue. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, how would I know that my bro told me to fix it? I'm like, it's not even about that, fam. I think you kind of misunderstanding. And see, when you speaking like that in a calm demeanor and you're not feeling like you're being attacked, but you're just speaking correctly on the record so he can understand you. Now, guess what? There's no argument. He left away understanding me, and I left away, and I left from understanding him. That's how we're supposed to deal with differences.
And let's be honest,
the miscommunication, not each other. You did.
Most people have such a hard time accepting that.
That's true. That is very true. That is very true.
A lot of people have a real hard time being like, oh, we really just talked about it. Yes, bro, we can have a mature conversation and discuss what's going on and what the situation is and ain't. And we can determine what's the best way for us to do it,
Yeah,
that happened that way. That happened to me this morning.
Still turned up. He was happy all day. And that lets me know I've grown. That lets me know I've hit that level of growth. So I can have a conversation, thoroughly express myself without being condescending, without being snarky, without saying just slick stuff on the side, and literally just really get the understanding accepted on both ends, not just him to hear me, but I'm hearing him. People just want to be heard. And I see that's the issue with our community. We just want to be heard, but we don't hear each other actively.
Effective listening.
Yep.
Effective listening. And like I said, I just experienced that this morning. Literally, first thing. I had a call scheduled with one of my partners, and he added a third party to the conversation that I wasn't anticipating. And so I took it upon myself to be direct to both of them. And in the course of the conversation, me and my partner was going back and forth, right? So fast forward like 30 minutes later, we on a whole nother call, and the other third party was like, man, I thought y'all was like really arguing earlier, but that was like a beautiful thing to watch or listen or experience. Like, like y'all just really just literally just talked it out.
Like grown folks supposed to do, you heard?
That's not a normal thing anymore though. Most people can't have a conversation where they're defending their ego in a way without getting frustrated or impatient with the conversation, or feeling, like you said, unheard in a way that causes them to overreact just because they don't realize they're not communicating properly.
That part. Yep. That's the baby. That's that child sin. That was something that wasn't handled when they were children. It's a learned habit that they didn't get corrected from their parents, and it took me, bro. I just start appropriately knowing how to speak to people. Like, I'm 35, so like a year ago, and I'm just being honest with people. Sometimes it takes that long. My dad wasn't in my life for real. My grandparents were, my mom were, and there's certain things that I was seeing them do that I wasn't doing now. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's real. I'm breaking those curses by doing the work, though, working on me. And I'm telling you, self-control is real. When you control yourself, you have no idea how much control you got over the situation. That is facts. Because you can, when your temperament is even and neutral, the chances of it going up is slim to zero, unless you're just dealing with like a manic or someone that literally just super egotistical. That's the only time where that slight percentage goes there. And at that point, you just detach, disengage, and get up out of there, because it ain't serving you at that point. You know what I'm saying? But me doing that and going through these things is showing growth. Like, I told my bro with my cousin like a month ago in the studio, he got upset that he didn't like the way that it was sounding. So I was just coming with objectives on how to get. Well, maybe you need to go maybe I need to sit in a session with your other engineer to see how he does it. But then I start thinking about it. I was like, well, you did smoke a blunt when I've been around you, because you really haven't been training your voice. Because my mom used to sing opera, and she always was training her voice. practicing her playing on the piano, singing those keys, hitting the right key with her voice as she's playing the piano, singing with the piano. So I'm seeing this growing up. So if I'm not seeing you do that, I'm gonna put that on the table. I'm like, yo, cuz, I haven't really heard you sing. She took it to be very defensive. I didn't start cussing me out, start yelling, start going crazy. I didn't trip not one bit. I didn't even take it personal. Did not take it personal. Did not take it personal whatsoever. She telling me to be humble. God gonna humble me. This, that, another. Blah blah blah. I was just like, okay, it's cool. We can just leave, cuz that's okay. We can just leave. I'm triggered. I'm like, well, you have to work on yourself so you can have more discernment. Because I'm not attacking you because I don't feel attacked. It's just a misunderstanding. You get what I'm saying? Like when you keep yourself chill, stuff don't escalate. She written herself out my life because she said a lot of lowly stuff. Oh, you ain't got no motion, you broke, this, that, another. I'm like, yeah, temporarily, that's okay. It's not gonna last forever. You get what I'm saying? And those things didn't bother me.
Those are typical narcissistic tactics to try to break you down.
Exactly.
But at the core of the conversation, to circle back, we take a quick commercial break. We're talking about you can't teach discernment. And part of what we were talking about discernment is experience and really coming into a knowledge of self and trusting your ability to analyze situations accordingly.
That part.
And that's both internal and external. So that looks like self-control as much as it does as setting boundaries for other people. And sometimes those boundaries might be, I'm out of here. Like I'm out of your, I'm out of your space. Like that. My boundary is another place away from you.
That part.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Separation is key. Solitude is golden. And, we can expound on that notion after this quick commercial break. So smoke me if you got them. We got a couple minutes.
Hey.
Welcome back. Sentence to Thrive. That was a quick commercial break. Build over debate. This is today's segment. Welcome all. What's up, you melanated masterpieces? We left off the conversation with solitude and how that being a key in the recipe to achieving universal level of discernment.
It's the only way to find it. I believe you got to be separate from all the things that you can excuse for why you haven't been successful in order to say that, hey, it has to be me. Now, sometimes you don't have to completely remove everything, but a lot of people, they almost got to lose it all before they start making excuses for the outside being the reason that they haven't moved forward.
It's facts. Facts. It's well said. Definitely starts with you.
And it ends with you as well.
Check out some of our previous lives. The last segment was They Might Be You.
Mm-hmm.
Self-audit, and personal development. Like you are the project manager of your body, your project. That's what it is. You're a walking project, a process in the making. Poetry in motion, even.
Living contract.
I am that I am.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Everything I'm not made me everything I am. I was designed perfectly. My imperfections is what make me perfect. Because it ain't perfect in the aspect of everything being right. It's in the aspect of everything being the way it should be. That's perfection to me.
Facts.
But
that's a very powerful point. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we too linear when it comes to that word perfect. That's why I say I'm designed perfectly, because I'm ever growing. I'm ever evolving. There's no stoppage to me. There's no limit. I'm infinite. I'm infinite. Right. There is no end to me. Even after this avatar is gone, I still exist. I still live on. I'm just in another ether handling my problems.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite quote is the universe works in my favor, because once you pay attention to things, you understand that everything is exactly where it needs to be. In order for us to exist, in order for us to breathe air, to have a body, to have a nervous system that's functioning, everything has to be positioned perfectly the way that it is. You see what I'm saying? You destroy too much of the nature, you destroy too much of anything that's in the place that it is now, and you destroy the whole system.
That part, bro.
Well, I hopped on a live earlier, and that's what I was telling. We're talking about just levels of awareness, and I was explaining how my knowledge of self increased based on understanding that principle of being able to see the Most High in everything, and also being able to differentiate seeking out the Most High in everything, and then understanding that some people aren't doing either.
Man, Walking Dead for real. Walking Dead. How you wake up not giving gratitude to the Most High?
It bothers me that people get up and just refuse to try. Like you don't want to put any actual effort. Like you're actually mad that you have to put in effort to life.
That's crazy work, ain't it, bro? Crazy work. That's crazy work, bro.
You mad you got to try, and the only thing you got to do?
That's first world problems right there, bro.
Dang, bro. That's why I wake up almost like, seriously, I woke up today, honestly, I'm being so honest with you. I woke up today at 4:47 today, right? And my bro was like, man, you like the only person I ever known that really wake up. And I told him, I'm like, well, you know, I've been like this, bro, since my mom passed away. I just get up early. And he like, for real? Do you think about your mom like I think about it every day, bro? The first thing I do, I be grateful to the Most High that I was able to figure this out again. You know, and I'm like, what? That's divine timing. That's divine order. I'm like, oh snap, I made it again. I got something to look forward to. Let's get it. I wake up looking forward to something.
Another opportunity.
Like, you know what? I got another chance to be great. So what am I gonna do? When I get up, I'll read like 20 pages of a book. I'm reading this one book called The Art of Happiness. I think is this the Dalai Lama? Is this book right here? I'm reading this book. And there's another book I'm reading too called The Slight Edge. I read like I oscillate. One day I read The Slight Edge, and the next day I read The Art of Happiness. All it, man, bro. Everything is literally like life is all mental. Without trying to not getting off track of the subject, literally life is all mental, y'all. It's literally in your head. Everything is in your head. So what frequency are you tuning yourself of thought to operate off? Nah, you feel it.
That's what the solitude is for, though, because you got to retune yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you always got somebody else in your ear telling you what's right, telling you what's wrong, you got your favorite artist you always listen to, that you do everything they do, or whatever it is, whatever you looking up to, whatever's even your religion. If your religion is keeping you from having an open thought process, it's keeping you from growing knowledge-wise. Like, you have to get more knowledge, because without more knowledge, you'll never be able to see clearly. And the world keeps changing. So if you're gonna keep the same knowledge and think that's gonna get you all the way through, shawty, you over with.
Yeah, that's a bad retirement plan right there.
It's over with. You retire with anything but books, you tripping. You retire with anything but knowledge, you tripping.
That part.
You ain't retired to go get no knowledge. You ain't gonna study nothing. You ain't gonna find no practice. You ain't master nothing before you retire. That's crazy.
That's scary work, ain't it, bro? That's scary work.
What you're describing, though, is really a lot of people's situation, because they've tethered their identity to their careers, and their identity doesn't really go outside of the lines of what they do for a living. So they predicate their entire ego on not only what they do, but how much money it brings. Which puts them in a state of constant inferiority, because you're never going to be the richest person.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's
why I say I'm enough.
Kill your joy.
Yeah, that's why I always say when I look in the mirror, if I take a shower, I like Skunkinator, Hassan, you are enough. And I love you. Just in case nobody else do, I love you so much. You are enough. No, never let nobody take your essence away from you, because that's only given to you. I be dead serious when I look in my eyes, look in my own eyes in the mirror. I literally be saying these words, bro, and I mean it with full intention. I mean that, and I stand on that. I will never let nobody take my divinity away from me. I'm not contingent upon any of the ideas of a made-man construct that you catered and accepted to harbor as your own. That's on you. That's why, bro, like y'all say, I am that I am. I am not, and I'm always, and you gonna put me in a box, I'm going to disappoint you. Every time I'm going to disappoint you, because titles and nobility are dead. That ain't me. I'm just who I am. I'm a human being, figuring it out and loving the process and in love with the process, you know? And that's why, bro, that's so crazy. People get caught up, even me, even a lot of our bros, they feel like, well, I ain't got no money, I can't be no provider. You can still protect, you still can provide, because guess what? You can be able to hunt, you can still be able to figure things out. You got a mind, you can make stuff move. But the moment that you will start accepting these man-made constructs and ideologies, you lost the game. You're done, bro. You're fish bait out here, bro. You're done. You're just waiting to be eaten alive, bro. Done.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love the way you framed that, because it's two things you said that I want to point out. One thing you said, you're not gonna let somebody take your divinity away, and you also said that you threw away nobility.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I want
about
you
no title.
Just for me, bro. Can you explain your definition of divinity? That's all I really need.
Yeah,
I'm
like
serious.
Divinity is literally the simplest way I can put it is being myself unapologetically and gracefully at the same time. So it ain't me carrying ego, it's me carrying grace and love. I'm just who I am because I have to validate myself. So I can't allow you to take that from me. I can't, because I've given that to myself through practice, meditation, through loss. I got here through loss.
For sure.
I lost a lot, and I'm not the only one. Nor will I be the last. So knowing that it's purpose, it's beauty in that. I used to be the victim. I'm the victor of my reality. I used to feel like waiting for something to save me, so I had to put the cape on and save myself by saving my mind. That's what I had to save my mind and gain my divinity. I had to know who I was and be okay of what I wasn't to keep and gain my divinity. So when you throwing me these titles, you're broke. Okay, you ain't got it. Okay, you're right. Because now I'm agreeing with you. If you're gonna keep on saying more stuff, guess what you're doing? You're literally just you're being foolish. Because I'm not defending myself. I'm just agreeing with you. Since I'm not agreeing to what you try to take away from me, you're mad because I'm not fighting you on that, because you're thinking what? It's going to trigger me. And you can't trigger me. There ain't nothing nobody can say about me that I already know about myself that I've accepted and became at peace with. That's when you find your divinity. You just start finding peace in everything. You literally find peace in everything, bro. I don't even kill insects no more. They're like, why? Because they have life. They have their purpose. And everybody has purpose. You only have one purpose, and it's to live life. On this third dimensional realm, is to live life. That's the only purpose we have. Because without that, we can't do nothing we enjoy. We can't learn. We can't grow. We can't do nothing without life. In this realm, we can't do nothing without life. So your only purpose is to live. Everything else is your passion or things you find enjoyment in. That's it. Or to me, I'm only speak. I can only speak for my point, of course, because I can't speak for the totality, because everybody has different points of views that I respect. Yeah, quintessentially, that's what I mean by divinity. You are literally, it's total acceptance of who you are without no guilt or shame.
I feel like that's
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's powerful, because when I think about divinity in my journeys and the things that I've dealt with, the way it was brought to me was pretty similar. It was the idea of being fully comfortable with the way that you were brought here and the mission that you were brought here to do. I think a lot of people walk away from their divinity because they're ashamed of who they truly are and what they really enjoy in life and the things that they would like to do and participate in. So to me, like you said, divinity is the ability to display one's highest self.
Facts, King.
Courage and intention. So I just wanted to see.
That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful, bro. I respect that. And I appreciate you listening to me. I used to be upset, bro, that people didn't listen to me until I started listening to myself. Because I remember this one girl was like, I went on her page and she was like, so what are something that you're mad at? I'm like, honestly, I'm not mad at anything. I'm more observant. And to any of my brothers that feel like nobody is hearing you, do you hear yourself? For my men out there that feel like nobody love you, do you love yourself? Do you hear yourself? Do you accept yourself? Do you grasp who you are and it's okay with however that may look? You feel me? And she was like, that's powerful. I'm like, we absentee ourselves so much. It breaks my heart. I can't even say it's sad, because that's not even the right concept. I just think it breaks my heart that a lot of men don't love themselves, do not hear themselves, do not accept themselves, do not see the best versions of themselves in the present, not what they wish to become.
Facts. That's
you
true.
You can't even get there until you accept yourself that is in you now. That's why I always said, I had it before I had it. Presence over presentation. Stop playing with Big Bro. Shout out to Rubbing Thunder. You heard? And that's why I show love, because I am love. I embody it.
For sure.
Man, we was cooking.
Oh man, it was a beautiful day. This was dope. Hey, De Niro got to keep coming on, bro. He cold with me. I'm sorry. I got to lobbying. Yes, I'm lobbying, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
It's all y'all. I'm just feeding off the energy and adding something to the pot, man.
Respect, bro. That's love, man.
I see Brazil Seed over in the IG chat wanting to join over. We're about to end this segment.
Okay.
It's about that time. But maybe we'll pop up, do another one. Yeah, bro. He in the live, so I'll go ahead and fire up another session in about maybe 2-3 minutes after we land this one. If y'all game to hop on.
Yeah, for sure. We got to continue this conversation, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This was a beautiful conversation. I can't hold you. This is divine timing, bro, and divine order. This had to happen. I'm telling you, Rumble, you right, bro. It's your platform, bro. It's a transformative platform. I'm telling you, because the right people are coming. It's not the fact that we want everybody. It's the right, beautiful souls that by their free will are coming. And bro, it's beautiful, bro. We just literally just showed unity. I ain't gotta say nothing else. We literally just demonstrated unity. Period. We just demonstrated that. Same time.
That's it. That's what it's about, man. It's just operating in a positive space, being the change that you want to see, leading by example, and each one teach one, and occupying a space as a thrivalist versus a survivalist.
Hey.
Facts.
Hey. Shout out to Rubbing the Thunder.
Shout out to y'all. Welcome everybody else who joined the live, and I appreciate you, bros, perspective and insight, wisdom, and overall your presence.
Appreciate the platform, boss.
And look forward to continually building over debating.
That part. Shout out to De Niro Tiempo, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro. You definitely was a ray of light to the conversation, beloved. We just got to give you your flowers, man.
Shout out to Skunk Mix, the end Rolling Thunder, man. Y'all boys know it's always good conversation. Good seeing y'all, man. We're going to have a good time. I'll hop on back on in a minute, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll be back on the 3 minutes, beloved. And then we can get Brazil seeing. It's really going to be a beautiful bill even more. This is what a great time to be alive, y'all.
Hey, already. Check out that link, commercialuniverseboutique.store. Merch and mental health with merch for you melanated masterpiece.
Where's an affirmation? You know, he just called him melanated masterpiece. I told you he was perfectly designed. I told you. All right, peace, y'all.
I want to know. If De Niro Tiempo heard any tracks that make him want to dance. That's what I want to know.
Oh, I'm over here trying to act regular. I'm not gonna hold you.
You got your dance Tourette's activating.
Yeah, I've been over here trying to act regular. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't trying to show him everything today. Yeah, man.
We're gonna let this plane land when this track complete, and then we'll hop back in and start another session. Hey.